In this episode, I will show you how to make super crispy onion rings. But instead of using ketchup or mayo, I'll show you how to make super delicious dipping sauce. First, let's start making the mayo for my dipping sauce. It sounds complicated, but in reality it's not. It will take you about 1 minute and you will need only one tool. I will make my homemade mayo in the mason jar. Add 1 large egg, 1 teaspoon of Dijon mustard, 1 tablespoon of freshly squeezed lemon juice, season it with 1 teaspoon of kosher salt, and pour 1 cup of neutral oil. I'm using canola oil. Get a hand blender, insert it inside of a mason jar, make sure that the blade is touching the egg yolk. Turn on the hand blender and make sure not to move the blender at all, otherwise the mayo will break. And blend it for about 20 seconds, until you will see the emulsification. Carefully start moving the hand blender up and down, make sure not to bring it up all the way, and do it slowly, otherwise the mayo will break. Blend it until all the oil is combined and everything looks like a mayo. So the mayo is done, the consistency is outstanding, so now let's finish up the sauce. I got about 1 1/4 cup of mayo. Add 2 smoked chipotle peppers in adobo sauce, add 1/4 of a bunch of cilantro, season it with some white crushed pepper, squeeze juice from half of the lime, and blend everything with a hand blender, until all the ingredients are blended and well incorporated. Transfer the chipotle mayo into the bowl and adjust the seasoning with salt and white pepper. I tasted it and I decided to add another half of the lime. Add 1 teaspoon of sweet paprika and mix everything together. If you see that your spicy chipotle mayo is way too thick, add a couple tablespoons of cold water. Mix it and my spicy chipotle mayo is ready. You can put this beautiful spicy chipotle mayo in a jar and store it in the fridge for 2 weeks. Delicious. So now it's time to make onion rings. I'm gonna pulse 4 cups of panko breadcrumbs in a food processor because it's coarse, but I wanna get a little bit finer texture. I will use the seasoned panko breadcrumbs to bread my onion rings. Personally, I love onion rings with nice steak, burger, or fish and chips with couple onion rings on a side. Let's slice the onion into onion rings, approximately 1/2 inch in thickness. Make sure to buy large onions and don't get the small ones, otherwise you won't get nice onion rings. Cut the ends and peel the skin. The small pieces of onion and the ends of it, I'm gonna save it and I will use it for the stock. Don't throw it away. Make sure to check each onion ring for the clear membrane and remove it if you see one. These onion rings remind me of our local diner that unfortunately closed down, but it was a great place to go next to our house. And here is the thickness of onion rings you want to achieve. So those go for the stock and the rest put it aside for now. Now let's make the batter. In a bowl combine 1 cup of all-purpose flour, 1 cup of rice flour, 1/2 cup of cornstarch, 1/2 cup of fine cornmeal, but if you got the coarse one, blend it in a blender or spice grinder. The secret to crispy onion rings is cornmeal in a batter. Add 1 tablespoon of Cajun seasoning, 1 tablespoon of baking powder, season it with 1 tablespoon of salt and freshly ground black pepper, and mix it all together. Add about 8 to 10 fluid ounces of beer, and you can try it to see if it's fresh, but it's all up to you. Pour the beer and whisk it. You need to achieve the consistency similar to the pancake batter. The station is ready, so now we're gonna bread the onion rings. Take onion ring, dip it in a batter. Make sure to get rid of the excess batter and transfer it into the seasoned panko breadcrumbs. Coat it very well and transfer it into the sheet pan lined with the parchment paper. I'm helping myself with the kitchen tweezers. It works great and keeps your hands clean. Make sure not to discard your leftover batter. It can stay in the fridge for a couple days, and you can definitely use it for the next batch. Now let's fry onion rings. Preheat the oil in a pot to 365 to 375 degrees Fahrenheit. If your oil is below 365 degrees Fahrenheit, you won't be able to achieve the crispiness of the onion rings. They will become soggy and mushy. Carefully transfer onion rings into the oil and fry it until golden brown in color, approximately 2 minutes. Fry them by batches, do not add all at once. You can fry about 5 to 6 at a time. Once you achieve nice golden brown color, transfer them into the sheet pan lined with a paper towel.
Let's try the onion rings while I'm frying the other ones. I really hope that you can hear the sound how crispy they are. They hot.
My onion rings are done. They look beautiful, they sound crispy, and they taste delicious.
Now I'm gonna try onion rings with my signature spicy Chipotle Mayo sauce that I made earlier in this video. I hope you can hear how crunchy it is. The sauce, tremendous. A beautiful homemade mayo with a slight kick. It just takes it to a next level. You must to try.